name's Adam Turville. I work at the Governor's Office of Economic Development, and I'm a business intelligence and economics analyst. I've worked there for about a year and a half. The first year of that was a fellowship during my senior year at BYU. I studied international relations with an emphasis in political and economic development and a double major in German. So at work, I perform most of the economic analysis and metrics tracking for our office, which is the Office of Economic Development within the Governor's Office. So we analyze local data, which includes jobs, wages, and establishments, which are locations of business. We compare that against other states, and we do industry-specific analysis. So we compare, for example, the aerospace industry in Utah to all the other states and see how we stack up. And then we also analyze and compare exports and imports, as well as foreign direct investment. So how many jobs in Utah are supported by foreign dollars and vice versa. And so there's a lot of metrics that go into it and a lot of granular detail, but that's the basic overview. To answer your question, it affects individuals in that it's a lot of the behind-the-scenes work that happens in developing the overall economy, connecting supply chains, and hopefully ultimately bringing more jobs to Utah, which raises the prosperity level on a macro level. I think that my position specifically affects people in that it puts data and reason and logic to a lot of things we may know anecdotally. So, for example, we may know that Utah is strong in outdoor recreation products, and we talk a lot about the tourism that comes to Utah. But it's interesting, my job helps to break down those industries into subcategories, and we can see actually which industries and which subcategories, in fact, which products are most productive in increasing GSP, which is gross state product, increasing prosperity, increasing revenue to businesses, and then that enables our staff, and including the governor, to go out and work with those companies who may be in industries that are struggling currently in the economy for whatever reasons. Every industry has its own obstacles, and some of those obstacles are only visible through the data. And so I analyze that data in order to identify weaknesses and strengths within the economy, and then we're able to mobilize teams and begin initiatives to improve the weaknesses and to maximize the strengths. And so I think that helps those businesses in their respective industries to flourish. Yeah, there are a lot of exciting things happening right now in Utah. My job is exciting for me because of those opportunities. We have many initiatives that put Utah as the first state in the nation undertaking a lot of these projects. And that's exciting to be on the front edge of a lot of these industries. I've mentioned a couple: aerospace and defense, outdoor products. IT tech is really large and growing in the state right now, as well as life sciences. So all those things are exciting. It's exciting to see how many people want to come to Utah to do business and to live and to visit. And so it's really almost like an emerging economy within the United States that's really beginning to boom. And so that's a lot of fun. I would like the citizens to understand that although my office isn't maybe a typical constituent services office where people walk through the front door, we do have a lot of resources to benefit citizens. These include grant programs like a tech commercialization grant program, where technology that comes out of small businesses and out of universities can apply for grants that will help them get their product to market, maybe even before other funding options are available. We help small businesses grow through international trade. We lead, several times a year, we lead trade missions to various countries. And if businesses are interested in doing business in those countries, they can join us, and many times the governor comes along. And we make connections with other companies abroad to open up new markets. We also have small business resource centers in rural Utah to help small businesses grow, where they can come and they can gain all the resources they need to grow their businesses, from accounting to financial help to tax preparation and everything along the supply chain that they can need. So there's a lot of resources available to the citizens. The culture in my work environment may be a little unexpected, but it's actually very exciting. Maybe the stigma of public services isn't always that it's a super exciting, exhilarating place to work. But working in economic development at this time in Utah has provided for a lot of exciting experiences. We have a lot of small business owners in Utah and large business owners who are doing exciting things to grow the state and to grow their businesses. And to see all of these very interesting and very effective moving parts come together, our office has the chance to witness that and to foster that and to help that. And so I would describe the work environment as definitely exciting and even amazing at times to see what the citizens of Utah are doing to develop businesses and to grow and develop the state as a whole. I care about my job because I think the overall goal of economic development is a noble one. I think many times we think of economic development as booming businesses and growing exports and stuff like that. But I think it's important for me to remember and really helps me to remember the importance of my job when I think about the rising prosperity level of everyone in the state. As we're able to bring more businesses to Utah, more people are able to get jobs who desperately need a paycheck. And as we're able to bring foreign investors into the state, that increases the livelihood and the prosperity level of everybody, not just the executives, not just the business owners. And I think that's important, that even in a place where life is pretty good like Utah, there are still many people who rely very heavily on the economy for their well-being. And so I think that's why I care, is because it's a mission that affects everybody from the top even down.